Okay, so let's talk real quick about a movie that I didn't think I was going to talk about, but I kind of wanted to review it just because, well, I can. I mean, it's been out for a couple days at the time this review is coming out, but I mean, the chances that you've seen it are probably low because, well, it's one of the smaller scale movies, and I just really wanted to talk about it. Yes, that being, you saw the title, Power Ballad. And I went to see this because I saw the trailers for it. I thought, this looks like it could be very interesting and enjoyable. And of course, I love Paul Rudd. So, I went to go see this, and I really enjoyed it. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did, but, this was really enjoyable. So, yes, first of all, the cast is really good here. Paul Rudd is always great. He's funny. He's likable. And even Nick Jonas does a pretty good job, too, with the character that he's given. And then overall, I think this is just a really, nice story of this guy who was a songwriter and musician, sorry, I cannot speak, but then decides to choose the family life, and never gets to make it big, but wonders if he could. Then he starts a jam session with this other guy who's trying to make it big, and he shares a portion of his song, but not the full song, because he couldn't finish the song, but the portion of the song, and then after that Nick Jonas's character ends up taking that portion of the song, adding to it, and passing it off as fully his own. And Paul Rudd is trying to I don't know how to explain it. To proceed, goes on this journey to try to be like, wait a sec, because of this being like, wait a second, this is my song, I created it. He created it for a very specific reason that's close to him that I don't really want to dive into because of spoilers, because I think you should go see this movie. And then a bunch of antics ensue. It's so enjoyable. And it dives into some great, topics, too. We dive into family and pursuing your dreams and the power of music and what music and art can mean to certain individual people, as well as, even friendship and it's just really well done, and there's some very heartwarming moments too, and there's definitely moments of tension as well, where there are many moments throughout this where I do feel kind of bad for Paul Rudd's character, because I'm like, oh man, that sucks, but I also kind of know that because he didn't copyright it beforehand and he didn't create an entire song, there's also some issues there, so he's not going to be able to prove it legally, maybe, possibly, but we go on this. I'm trying to stay away from spoilers, like I said, because I think you should go see this. Spoiling the should you see this in theater section of the review, but I don't care. And like I said, I think this is just a very enjoyable journey. As someone who, I really like music, but the music, I'm not as into music. Some people, I don't have any, I don't want to go into music making, I want to go into filmmaking. So to me personally, it was really interesting to see them create songs, because the beginning of the movie, the first half of the movie, they do show you the process of them coming up with songs, coming up with the beat, the instrumental, and the lyrics, and the rhythm. And to me, that was all super interesting, because all that is very new to me. I knew some of it because I've seen it in other movies and stuff, in videos on the internet, but I never I don't know much about the music making progress. So it was really interesting to me personally, as someone who doesn't know a whole lot about music, seeing that the songs come together. The songs are also pretty catchy as well. I never knew that Paul Rudd could sing. Wow, he can sing. There's one main song, the song that Nick Jonas steals. I think that song specifically is pretty good also. The other songs are good as well, but to me that one was easily the standout. And yeah, I don't think I have too much more to say about Power Ballad, other than it is really enjoyable. There's some funny moments. It's not the funniest movie I've seen. I wasn't laughing throughout the entire thing, but I didn't really mind because I was still enjoying it every step of the way. And I think they somehow nailed that ending too, where it wasn't super predictable. It wasn't something super cheesy, but it was a really enjoyable ending. That's also kind of ambiguous. Is that the right word for it? Because it's not very, they tell you they show you what happens, but it's also not very much clear and to the point, where it doesn't show you the entire outcome. It leaves a lot of interpretation, which I actually kind of liked how they did that. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. So, like I said, I just thought, I'm trying to stay away from spoilers. This is way harder than I thought it was going to be, to stay away from spoilers. But yeah, I thought it was really well done. I wanted to say too, just one small thing, because I saw this is a rated R movie, but literally only rated R for language. And yeah, there's a lot of F-bombs in this movie, but that's like the only thing that gives it the R rating. I honestly feel like they probably could have maybe scaled back on that to make it PG-13, because then they could get a bigger audience, maybe they could get more money made. But I will admit, it does kind of make some of the conversations feel more real, if that makes sense. Like, there's an argument between Paul Rudd and Nick Jonas in this movie that there's a bunch of F-bombs flying, but it feels real. Like, it feels like two people who are actually having this heated argument. So I guess, there's that, but I feel like they could have scaled that back a bit, too, because then they could have gotten a PG-13 rating, and then more people could go see it. But, I mean, assuming, people, teenagers don't sneak in, or or have an adult take them in anyway. But still, just something I wanted to put out there. Just I thought it was interesting. That's all I got about Ballad. I think I don't really have many flaws with it. I do think it has a bit of a slow start, but not like it's not like too bad either. Like we do get into it pretty quickly, but I just felt like it took me the first couple minutes before I got fully into the movie. And yeah, should you see this in theaters? I honestly, to me, this is easy. If you love art, if you love music, if you want to see an uplifting story, if you want to see a heartwarming story, or a story exploring art or music, then yes, you should see this in theaters. This is going to be a great time, I think, for you. Now, I will admit, if none of that sounds interesting to you, if you are someone who's like, I just want to see action explosions, I just want to see, whatever. If this is not this, if you're not into this kind of a movie that does explore art and family, if you're not into that kind of movies and you just prefer action, horror, or anything like that, yeah, this probably won't work for you. You'll probably be bored. But if you are into art, music making, and anything along those lines, or you just like Paul Rudd, yes, go see this in theaters. I think you'll be glad that you did. One of the reasons why I want to avoid spoilers so badly, because I do want you to go see this. I think it is really well done, and I was kind of surprised, because I went into it thinking, yeah, I'm probably going to enjoy this. I mean, it's Paul Rudd. How do I not enjoy this? I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. Like, I do Letterboxd, you can follow me on there. I was like, this is probably going to be a 3-star movie for me. Nah, it was a 4-star movie. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please like. If you want to see more reviews, I reviewed Masters of the Universe not long ago, and I hope to review some more movies coming up this summer. Thanks for watching. Bye.